Y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light, only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. So, I had to take a little break, okay? I had to do my hair. I had some other shit I had to do. So, this is a Metatron message, okay? I don't have any notes, so we're just gonna see, like, what's up. So I got 2 decks for your energy and just 1 deck for the outside energy. So let's pull it. We got deja vu, okay? So, I mean, I don't know. You could be having deja vu? Or something could be like coming back around. Maybe a person or a situation. It says generational curse breakers, spell work, and judgment day for your enemies. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're getting deja vu from people doing the same shit or like acting out of the same energy around you, you know? It could be like kind of funny at this point, okay? The song said, won't sleep in your bed of lies, okay? So you're not participating in no bullshit on the outside of you. Yeah, you're chasing your joy right now, okay? Look, hunt at the bottom of the deck, okay? Like, you're just on the hunt for this happiness, for happy situations. And it's like, when people do certain things that they've been doing for a long period of time, it's just like, whatever, you know? And also the dragonfly is on the joy card, you know? So it's like, you just keep having transformation after transformation. It's like, you're using these things properly as a tool now, right? Like, you know what to do with the hate mass energy. You know exactly what comes from transmuting any and all negative energy, and you really are using that to your advantage at this time. Yeah, look at the power when I part the deck. Come on, you're so powerful, baby. Okay, doing an amazing job of defending yourself, and also I feel like you bring some sort of defense to others, to the people that you love, to the people around you. Maybe because you bring a lot of balance into the situation. You could be a Libra, okay, but the energy of justice could be like significant. You know, I have been saying lately in quite a few readings that like now is the time of justice. You know, like we just really don't have time for anything that's negative or lower vibrational. But you know, that don't stop the negative or lower vibrational people from trying to affect you, okay? But you got all this courage and they just don't know how to get you, okay? You could be a Leo, or somebody else could be a Leo. Somebody else could be a Libra also, okay? Yeah, we got adaptation. I feel like you keep adapting to whatever it is that you are noticing that people are doing over and over again. It's like it doesn't phase you anymore the way that it used to, you know? And it could be a little bit confusing for people and also a little bit irritating. Yeah, we got courage again, okay? Yeah, we got trick, okay? Somebody trying to trick you, but you've seen this shit a million times and you're just over it. You don't have time for it, okay? Somebody that's comparing themselves to you, because the song said, bet she doesn't touch like me, sure as hell don't fuck like me, she ain't got the recipe. So, I mean, some sort of op, because I seen, yeah, opposition, okay? Some sort of op could be like trying to, look, the karmic feminine, come on, look. I can't. The karmic feminine, I don't know, they're under some sort of confusion and illusion about you, and they just keep trying to like attack you or affect you in the same way, and it's just like not even working, okay? You could be totally focused on your job, or you know, you could just be like a master healer at this point, and you're very good at that part of your job too, you know? You know, because both could be true. What else? What's going on the outside of them? We got pathway, okay? So I feel like on the outside of you, people are very focused on your path, you know, like they want to stop it or they want to get you to veer off of it in some sort of way, okay? They could be doing divination, or you could be do divination. That could be your path, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. When I've seen it, I seen them trying to get this divination done to see what's next on your path, okay? Yeah, we got awakening because they're getting told like good news, you know. There's no way to disrupt this path, and that's like really bad news for somebody. Yeah, we got nice guy, okay? Also, you could be like dating, okay? You could be talking to somebody. They could be trying to hard to figure out who is you talking to? And how can they affect this divine masculine or this divine feminine, okay? They want to be the third party in your situation. They could be spreading false narratives, okay? Doing voodoo, okay? I did show you spell work already, doing voodoo and just doing a bunch of BS to try to stop this starseed energy, these gifts that's like pouring out of you, you know? And it's just such a waste of their time. Yeah, look, they saying hello to confusion and illusion, like I said, okay? And they holding a whole lot of animosity because, I don't know, you're not accepting some sort of love offer, like you won't let them into your energy, so they could be a thief, this could be someone in your family, okay? But they just can't compete with all of this self-love that you're giving yourself. You know, you're looking like a rising star, like I said, with the dragonfly, you're constantly transforming, constantly ascending, and you are just looking like a beautiful rising star, and you are abandoning anything that's false or anything that's going to put you into a place of bondage. Like I said, you just don't have time for the bullshit, and somebody is like really upset that you've awakened to like all of their tricks, you know, like they be trying everything they can to like not trigger that deja vu gift that you got, you know. I think you see things very clearly. Like you could be someone who like straight up has like visions, like premonitions, okay, like clear pictures of shit that's about to happen, okay. And you be like moving accordingly. Yeah, you could be about to get some sort of big break in your career, okay. It says major opportunity, life-changing moment, this is it, you know. And I feel like people kind of see that, like, look, you self-made, okay? Whoever you are an independent success, you know. You've overcome a lot of odds and you're creating your own path, and you've built most of what you have from nothing, and spirit is not about to let anybody take that away or affect that in a negative way, you know. Yeah. This says side hustle, okay? So you can have you can have a side hustle, you can have multiple incomes, you could be like a real hustler, you know. You could be working on your financial security and therefore always on the grind, always trying to pull in whatever little extra earnings you do have, you know. But I feel like also like while you're doing that, you're still making time for fun, still making time for relaxation, but it's like you're doing all of this with this like ultimate outcome to your life in mind, okay? We got retirement right here, okay? You're trying to retire to a more luxurious life. That's why you're doing all of this hard work and putting your time and energy and focus into what you're being called to focus on. And I feel like that's really the right place for you. You're about to accomplish like some sort of level of comfortable wealth, okay? Like you're going to be able to indulge a little bit more and to enjoy or like reap the benefits of all this hard work that you've been putting in. It says because I deserve it, okay? Because you deserve it, baby. You work so hard and you put so much time and energy and thought into everything that you do, and everything has just been going along by divine time for you, you know. So don't worry about the haters on the outside of you or people that's trying to stop you. It's like you've seen they moves 100 times. You already know what they coming with. Just pray about it, move forward, you know. Say some positive affirmations, giggle at a bitch, and just keep on moving throughout your day, you know. That's the best way. I feel like you just need to have a little bit more patience with spirit, you know. I feel like we all have times where we get very like irritated. I don't know, I can't speak for you, but I be getting like real irritated sometimes, you know. Like I really do have my days, you know. And I feel like we all do. Like it really is a part of the process, and I feel like he's asking you to trust the process no matter what, and to understand that like everything that comes into you, it comes at perfect timing. So if you feel like something hasn't come in yet, or things aren't playing out how you want it to play out yet, it's because it ain't time for it to do it yet, you know. Just chill, have a little fun, continue to focus on your pathway, and to continue to keep that smile on your face, to follow that joy, because that's like really where it is, you know. Make sure you're creating, okay? Look at influencer status, okay? Like baby, like you're going up, you could do something on the internet, okay? It says social recognition, online fame, power to influence, and swipe up, you know. I feel like, I don't know, it's like you're collecting your soul family if you do something on the internet, okay? Like whatever it is, it's really good. Even if you just, whatever you do, okay? You can make funny videos, you could do self-help, okay? You could do life hack videos, you could do any kind of video, okay? Whatever you do on the internet is popular, okay? Yeah, we got boundaries, okay? And so that's why Spirit's been having you to like keep your boundaries intact, you know, to say no firmly and to protect your peace and to set clear limits and teaching you how to know when enough is enough because they're preparing you for a status upgrade at this time. Yeah, we got retirement goals. Hello, they preparing you for retirement, baby. Okay, they prepare you to like you doing all of this hard work with the divine, so that later you could just chill. You could just sit on your ass and have this long term stability. Like they're helping you to be more focused on planning for your future. You know, it says relaxation earned and living the dream. Okay, this kind of life is getting expensive. No, this kind of love is getting expensive, okay? That's the same thing that was in his last reading, okay? We got past life, okay? I feel like you definitely could be, this could be like your past life lover that you've attracted or that you're about to attract soon, you know? You could have like an unexplained familiarity with somebody or with certain people, you know, just with people that you've been meeting lately. I feel like you've been experiencing a lot of soul memories, you know? And you're like running into different souls that you've known before, but it's like yeah, of course this is what you do most of your life, but I feel like before it could have been like a little bit more of a negative thing, more of like a karmic lesson kind of thing, and this is more of like, you know, meeting your soul family, like meeting souls that you always fucked with a lifetime after lifetime that there was never no problems or no issues with, you know. What's divine timing and influencer status? Yeah, we got payday, okay? So also, you gonna get this money, baby, okay? You're receiving some sort of financial rewards, okay? Some sort of money is about to start rolling into your life. You're about to have like a whole lot of reason to celebrate. Like you're about to celebrate your success, okay? You could be about to cash a check. It say $1,400 on here, you know? So you could be about to get that much, or you could be about to get 14,000. You could be about to get a million and some change, you know? What's influencer status and boundaries? We got broken promises. So it's like, this is what I was saying about your boundaries, you know? It's like you already witnessed these people break promises and act the way that they've been acting, and you understand like what was the reason for those failed commitments and why you had to like withdraw your trust from certain people, and you understand that they like whoever these people are, okay, or this hater or whoever around you got a problem with you or your boundaries or whatever, you know, they give empty words, you know, like they don't really say anything of substance to you, you know, like I don't know, it's just this energy of like a lack of support from people that you've cut off in the past. What's boundaries and retirement goals? Yeah, we got hustle mode, okay? And it's like if you never would have cut those energies off, you never would be grinding as hard as you're grinding right now, okay? You're grinding. You are in a very ambitious place, and I feel like you're so driven to get towards some certain effort or some sort of like goal, you know? If this should say sleep can wait, okay? Go to sleep. Get some sleep, okay? Like being in super hustle mode don't always mean losing sleep, and sleep is good for you. It's very healthy for you, so you could be someone who like spends a lot of time being up at night. Not like, you know, there's anything wrong with you or wrong with that. You could just be a night owl, okay? That could be like when you do your best thinking or when you come up with your best ideas. But I think Archangel Metatron is saying, you know, taking me back to this divine timing, like it's all a matter of divine time, you know. It's like, yeah, we respect your hustle, we respect your grind and all of that, but make sure that you're getting your rest and that you're, like I said before, continuing to make that time for fun and to enjoy yourself so that this can flow in a lot easier. Like, don't drive yourself too much, okay? But you know, that's definitely one of the sayings of my life. Like, I'll sleep when I'm dead, baby, okay? Because I could be up for days. Okay, just doing all kinds of stuff. But Spirit got me on a schedule, you know, where I go to bed, okay? Because I would be up all night and then I could just wake up, pop up early in the morning, like a day and night person, you know? And I would not feel it for a minute, you know? So Spirit got me into this schedule where I actually go to bed, okay, and wake up at a certain time or at a steady time in the morning around the same time, you know, so that I could continue to be more productive, so that my body can work better and operate, you know, Like, think about it like that, okay? Don't think about like what you're missing because you're sleeping or what you can't accomplish while you're asleep. Just realize that you accomplish a whole lot when you're asleep, okay? What's retirement goals in past life? We got breaking cycles and we got blind date, okay? That's what I'm saying. You could be about to meet someone. Um, it says surprise meeting, unexpected chemistry, awkward introductions, could be love or a disaster, you know. I feel like you're open to the possibilities with that. Like, that's why I said it like that, okay? It says ending harmful patterns, freedom from repetition, okay? Or from that deja vu shit, new beginnings, and it stops with me, you know. I feel like that's the best way that you break cycles and curses in your life, you know. You don't allow people to continue to like, you don't allow people to trap you in a cycle or get you in a place where you're still accepting their broken promises, or, you know, putting up with something that everybody else puts up with happily, you know. Like, you just don't have time for that. You break a cycle like it's nothing, and your poker face is so mean. Like, these energy vampires, baby. They don't know what to expect from you or what you're going to do, you know. And you feel like it's a no. I feel like you're just not accepting anyone who's like operating out of this commitment issue kind of energy, you know. Like, because it says it's complicated, but I heard like it's really not that complicated, you know. I mean, I don't know. People could be like afraid to commit in some sort of way to you or your calls or whatever, but so what? You still finna get the status upgrade no matter if they want to commit to it or support it or not, you know. Like, you're meant to go to take this thing to the next level. This shit says a lifestyle elevation, okay? That's an elevation in every area of your life. So, okay, and you see it coming with this high priestess energy. You know this is coming towards you. Look at this, the Nine of Cups with the wish fulfillment. You know this wish fulfillment is on the way. Maybe you might doubt it sometimes. Okay, look at the world. Okay, with the success and the Ace of Swords. Stop. You know this success is on the way. You know you've been working hard and being in total grind mode to get what it is that you want to get. You know, like, what you thought the divine was ignoring all of that hard work and beauty that you've been putting into everything. Look at the Six of Wands with the recognition. You know, they recognize and they see everything that you do, all the hard work that you put in, all the dedication that you put into being happy, to finding your joy, and to not entertaining any drama, and that deserves reward. Okay, big reward. Yeah, we got the Hangman, okay? So, I mean, it's like maybe you feel trapped or you feel confined in some sort of way, or you feel like, you know, something's got to give, or you running yourself thin just for nothing in the end. But, baby, you are attracting everything in the end, okay? Please don't be discouraged, or don't let, like, doubt or fear or other people's negative energies sway you from your path and which way you're supposed to be going. Because you already know for real. You see that shit clearly. What's the Nine of Cups and the Worlds? We got the King of Swords, okay? So I feel like you really have, like, got together with spirit and really mastermind some shit, you know? You might need, like, just a little bit more structure, a little bit more routine, you know? But I feel like you're very intelligent. You can be very rational and very dreamy when you need to be, you know? You really have a great balance to who you are and how you deal with people on the outside of you, you know? And I feel like you've had to spend a lot of time making these head over heart decisions just to get some more clarity in your life. And you've achieved that, you know? So don't strap yourself to that super heady energy, you know? Like, maintain the balance between the spiritual and the practical, because that's what's got you this far. What's the World and the Ace of Swords? Yeah, we got Judgment, okay? Like, there's a beautiful judgment that's playing out in your life, okay? It says the daily choices I make now align me with my life purpose, okay? So come on, okay? It says self-evaluation and awakening, you know. You've done so much evaluation to your inner self and worked with your shadows a lot. You've brought yourself out of a lot of sadness, baby. And you've gotten to a place where you're no longer judging yourself so harshly. Also, the crown chakra and the third eye is out here twice. Because, like I said, you fucking know what I'm talking about, okay? And also the root chakra and the sacral chakra is out here too, you know? So like just do your best to keep yourself grounded, to ground this new type of energy that's coming into your life, you know, and continue to create or to like work towards your goals the way that you've been doing, because you're doing a great job and nobody can stop you. Hello. With the Nine of Pentacles, hello. He talking to you nice, okay? Like you have been doing all of this like in such an independent way. Like, you know, it's like you could have been surrounded by people or had a lot of people like involved in your journey, or had to run into or work with a lot of different kind of personalities along your path, but it's like you always maintain this connection with yourself, even if you have temporarily lost it before, you know. You have learned to come home to yourself, and this is another reason why you're being blessed. It's time for, you know, your beautiful inner wealth to shine on the outside of you. It's time for your life to like match that. Yeah, we got the Page of Wands. Okay, good news. It's good news coming in, baby. Okay, so try to stay very enthusiastic, you know, keep your faith up and keep working towards what it is that you're working toward. Okay, because it is not a waste of time in any way. I don't know what these cards might say. Well, getting one's just desserts, okay? It's time for you to get your just desserts, baby. Period. I don't know. I feel like you're on a lot of people's minds because I've seen constant thoughts of you. What's Nine of Cups, the World, and the King of Swords? We got fuck your feelings, though. So, I mean, that should be, I feel like that's where you at, you know. Like I don't feel like you're really, like I said, you made a lot of head over heart decisions when it came to certain people and this wish fulfillment and you closing certain cycles, and you just did not play. You did not come to play. It's like once you were aware of what needed to be removed, who was spitting these broken promises and keeping you separate from loving yourself and hustling the way you should be hustling, baby. Once you got sight of that, there was no stopping you, okay? And there still ain't no stopping you. What's the World and the Judgment and Eight of Swords? The song saying, I guess I'll see you next lifetime. We got fighting this connection, you know? I feel like this could have been people that you was like, that were fighting this connection that they could have had with you, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be significant, okay? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Scorpio? No, what is this? This is Virgo, okay? What's the Ace of Swords? We got spending time with family, okay? So maybe that's what you could have been doing recently, you know? Just spending a lot of time with your family, or just trying to focus on what's important to you in life. Although I did say family, though, earlier in a negative way. But it doesn't necessarily have to mean that everybody in your family is a hater, you know? Yeah, whatever it is, you over that shit, okay? You don't have time for it. Like, just nothing negative. If you feel like y'all don't match, or y'all can't get along, or y'all can't like just agree to disagree, then they gotta just go. But if you have this kind of vision for what it is that you want or who you want around, because your future is very clear to you, okay? So trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust who you choose to remove. Yeah, look at this. Bye. It should say saying goodbye, okay? Trust who you chosen to say goodbye to, okay? And keep focusing on these options. You know, I feel like you manifested a lot of options for yourself, and this thing is going forward, including in the areas of love, you know. Like if you are already talking to someone and you're just like not clear on like, you know, if y'all got the same feelings, y'all got the same feelings, okay? Like, look, y'all see right through each other like so clearly. So like, just don't sweat it so much. Even that, certain parts of your love life happen in divine time also. And you just have to be aware of that, you know? Like sometimes it just might, I don't know, it just might seem a little bit weird, but I mean, I feel like that comes with the territory. Like, just don't freak out and just continue to recognize the patterns and to operate outside those cycles that others around you might choose to operate out of. Let's fuck your feelings over it and stalemate. And fighting this connection, we got Hunter with stay with the process, okay? Trust the process, baby. It's all going exactly how it should be going, even if there's a little bit of drama or a little problem here or there. Like it's all a part of this shit, okay? Don't worry about nothing. Yeah, we got cautious with beware of dogs, but also I feel like I said before, okay, trust your intuition, okay? You know exactly what you're seeing, okay? Look at the family at the bottom of the deck, okay? So, I mean, you know who you can trust and who you can't trust, okay? Like, I feel like this is something that you kind of like argue with yourself back and forth about, okay? But you don't need to. Yeah. Just continue to choose non-action when it comes to other people. Like, you don't have to play the game with them. Don't do it, okay? Just, yeah, look, innocence, look through fresh eyes, keep looking at people with this fresher outlook, okay? Like, stay away from the judgy energy, which I feel like you've been doing great on, okay? Just let it go. All right, what's the final thought on this? So we got the Temple of Truth, okay, with this throat chakra energy, okay. It says throat chakra authenticity and self-expression, okay? So you are expressing the most authentic version of yourself right now. Don't change shit, okay? Unless you're changing it for the better, okay? We got Pleiadian activation, okay? It says coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution, And yeah, and then we got this crystal skull energy. I told you the crown chakra and the third eye was out here twice, Like you have this amazing clarity and this level of divine healing that you carry. It's like an extremely high vibrational energy, okay? It fucks people up sometimes, It makes them kind of discombobulated. It doesn't always have the same effect on everybody, and everybody's not necessarily open to receiving that kind of energy, okay? So just be patient and just like pull back when you see that people is not open to it, okay? Like for real. Oh, I passed it. So we got that, and here it is. So this one says, Pleiadian energy is about coming together in peace and in harmony. You are blessed to receive this gateway, for it is a powerful message of assurance that whatever uncomfortable energy you are experiencing right now will soon be washed away. The Pleiadians are beings who live in complete honor of their planets and their people, okay? They acknowledge that in seeing and connecting with one another, they have an opportunity to see and experience the divine. They also know the consequences of disrespecting others. It's for this reason that this is no longer possible for them. If you are being challenged by loved ones now, aim to shift the dynamics of this relationship through a loving approach. The lesson you are facing at this time is an opportunity to heal old wounds and operate from a higher state of being, And that's what I was saying, like, you're just not open to like the same old shit, Like you're forcing people to like rise to the challenge that is truly getting to know you and dealing with you on a more peaceful note, And it's like if they can't do that, if they can't respect the natural energy of your sacred inner space, then they're not allowed to like be in your energy, Like you're kind of forcing people to come correct with this energy that you're carrying very naturally, It says when you are brought to this space, the throat chakra one, the temple of truth, okay? It says when you are brought to this space, you are being reminded of the importance of your identity and your self-expression in this lifetime. Acknowledging who you are, who you have been, and who you are becoming is so important for the unfoldment of your path. There's an old story that the truth hurts. This gateway reminds you that, in fact, the truth heals. Your truth is your truth, and it's important for you to honor it with every facet of your being. This isn't the first incarnation in which you have felt the importance of honesty and authenticity, but it may be the first in which you have had full freedom of expression, okay? It says this gateway coming to you today is a message that there is something buried deep inside you that you haven't unexpressed, and this is causing energetic blockages on your ever unfolding path. It is a time to love yourself enough to honor the feelings that are rising up in you, for they are divine guidance that will bring you into greater alignment, you know. So also there's this energy of like, it's okay to get irritated, okay? Like, it's okay to be bothered. Like I was saying before, something about like, you know, it's a part of the experience, you know. Sometimes you're just gonna have a bad day. You're gonna get mad, you know, you're gonna get upset. Like, not trying to like speak that into your life, you know, but I mean, it's inevitable, okay? Like, sometimes those moments are the most pivotal moments, right? They're the catalyst for more good to pour into your life, because those are the moments where you finally express whatever anger or whatever frustration or whatever irritation you've been having along your journey, right? Like this divine temper tantrum that you need to have in order to make room for more that the divine is bringing in, you know. But don't let yourself get to the place where you blow up and you have that temper tantrum and it comes out, you know, in a way that makes you feel kind of silly or kind of crazy because you kind of just blurted, you know, you word vomited all over a couple of people, you know. Like, just try to like face those things, face those irritations or whatever it is when it's coming up, and try not to like judge yourself just because you feel a certain way, you know. The way that you feel is very important. Your intuitive nudges and messages and things like that, they come to you through your feelings a lot of the time, you know. And sometimes those feelings aren't even your feelings, and it's just a very clear message about how the people on the outside of you really feel about you, you know. So you have to just pay a lot of attention when it does come to the way that the divine communicates with you, and just know that at the end of the day, you really don't have anything to worry about, because you're already attracting such amazing things that you've been working on attracting for quite a while, you know. So with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.